Oh, that's really loud. They're going wild for you, Ellie. They're going wild for you.
Whoa!
They're going
Thank you.
wild.
Whoa. Stop.
They're still
Okay.
going. Oh, and there's more claps. It's going nuts. Okay. All right, that's enough of that. Oh, wow. Ellie, thank you so much for being here. KIntsuku, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for bearing through that bumbling mess, whatever that was at the beginning of the show. I appreciate it. And I
Not
appreciate you
hard on
being here.
yourself. It's okay.
Well, that's how I get better. I beat myself up until I can't stand who I am as a person, and that forces me to be better.
I guess that's one way to do it. Yeah.
Just kidding. That's terrible. No. I am, and I'm nervous too because I respect you as a musician. You're nervous too.
I have a lump of clay here because it's the only thing that it takes the like tension out of my hands rather
Uh-huh.
than a fidget spinner. I'm just gonna be modeling some things
I
as we
love
go
that.
along.
I love that. Do you remember those fidget cubes? They used to have those little fidget cubes that had like one side had like little ball bearings you could roll, and one side of the cube had like little buttons that clicked. One side had like a little switch you could flick on and off. Another side had like a little joystick like on a Xbox
Bop it
controller.
or something else. Is
Not
it
a
like that
no,
game?
no, it's not a
Oh.
bop it. It's like a little cube. It's like a big. It looks like a big dice, like a big dice or
Ah.
die, I guess. And it just my sister got it for me because of the podcast, and she knows what kind of a nervous wreck I am.
Yeah.
And it hasn't gotten really
Handmade.
that much better. In 7 years, it has not gotten that much better. My hands are like so sweaty, and it's ridiculous.
Get some clay. Get some clay.
Well, that's what I was
What?
just gonna say. Like my sister got that for me, so I could sit there and because she always noticed me when she would watch me on the show, she would always notice me fidgeting, like touching stuff. So
Yeah.
she did, but I lost it, and I'm sorry, my sister,
Oh,
my
damn.
dear sister. Yeah. Anyways, enough about my nervous wreck stuff. How are you? You have that clay there? Are you a naturally anxious person?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, my whole body is just a lot of anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird that feeling because it's like it just your brain is flooded with all those chemicals, and then it makes your palms sweaty, and it makes you bumble over your words, and it's just like
Yeah.
how do you get past that? I mean, like streaming is pretty intense. I mean, especially at first. I mean, as you get used to it and you sort of get comfortable with it, it starts to become more of a second nature
Mm.
kind of thing. But how do you get past those moments, especially as a performer?
I think when I started streaming, it's funny because watching one of my first VODs back, I just seem so much more nervous. So I think just by doing it for just about a year now, it feels less scary. But I think sometimes my like anxious energy sometimes like makes part of the stream what it is
Mm.
because I have these like strange outbursts and sometimes don't know what to say and I come out with weird stuff. And I don't know, I don't think I'd be really fully me if I didn't have a bit of that. So I manage it by just like not beating myself up about it, but I
Mm.
don't try and stifle it totally because it's sort of who I am and I'm just like, I don't know, yeah, it's kind of part of me.
That's one of the things that I really liked about Twitch is the idea that people embrace like streamers like little quirks, like they're just like,
Yeah.
oh, they're just a little nervous today, don't worry, they're gonna get there, they're gonna get the patience and I don't know, like it's if you're coming from like the IRL gigging world, Twitch is like a very it's kind of shocking. Were you a gigging musician before Twitch?
Yeah, I was a bit mostly in Manchester. I didn't really get further than like the north of England, which is
Mm.
where I live. So I didn't tour, but I played gigs in Manchester in like some of the surrounding cities. Um, and yeah, I used to find that honestly terrifying. Like I used to love performing so much on stage, but it's really, really scary. It was always like a bit of a mental battle between like enjoying it because I love singing, I love performing, I love music, but then just having this like proper stage fright. But yeah, streaming has an element of that, but it's like you feel a little bit safer because there's not the awkward moment when you plug in your guitar and your mic in and doing the mic check and setting up. You can do that all in private
Mm.
with streaming. But yeah, I did used to play gigs before coronavirus.
Yeah, before the coronavirus.
Pretty
Um,
much.
yeah, yeah. Corona took all our jobs. They took our jobs. Um, how did you? Because like I was talking to somebody about, I don't even remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody who was like, why do like the shyest, like most introverted people want to be performers? Why do people who
Mm.
enjoy their time alone in their room doing whatever it is that they enjoy doing, and they prefer, maybe just the company of one or two people rather than, a room full of people screaming. It always is interesting that like the most introverted people want to be on stage and they want that kind of attention. Why do you think that?
Yeah.
Why do you think us introverts like that kind of attention?
Ah, I don't know. I mean, it's
I
a hard
like.
question that.
Oh
I
yeah, I
think
I could see that.
I enjoy I want to share my music, and um I want to add meaning to my life, and I focus on that quite a lot. So I want to share my music with as many people, so that kind of makes me want to go and perform.
Mm,
Um but when I'm playing on stage, like when I'm actually singing or playing an instrument, I'm like in a completely different zone,
yeah.
and I enjoy that feeling so much because I kind of yeah, I do kind of just zone out and just get into the music. But it's as soon as the song stops and I have to like address the audience, I'm just like, fuck this shit. I just can't do it.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't do it for that. Like for those moments, if I could put a set together where there's like no intermission, no talking between songs,
yeah.
that would be my thing.
Oh
But
yeah.
unfortunately, I think you have to sort of say hello and
Yeah, you
stuff.
got to address the people yelling at you. It's like, hey, you're out there yelling. Hi, I see
That's
you.
scary.
All right, here's the next song. Um, that well, I mean, I could see if you wanted to do something like that, it would actually be cool. And I think especially with the style of music that you do create, like it would be a really cool it would be a really cool setting if you were able to just get your highs, like, hey gang, whatever, at the beginning, get your sweats out of the way, and then
Yeah.
just play like a seamless show. I feel like your music definitely has like that ethereal, like that flowiness, that you could make it
Mm.
all sort of seamless and make this one big performance. And that way, all you'd have to do is say hi, and then inevitably goodbye, and then cut
Yeah,
down on your own ickiness. But
that's kind
that's
of what I managed to do on the last show before lockdown,
oh
before Corona and stuff. I managed to put my few songs together so that using Ableton and stuff, they would kind of merge into the next one and just have some like droning guitars going between them, and it
yeah.
would kind of feel like a long set. But then I didn't get much time to really play with that set because of COVID. So, but that's definitely what I do, like just
I
make it
love
all
that.
merge together.
I love that. I love that. I mean, obviously, tell me about like getting into production. When did you start producing? Because I love that you're also into production, and you're not, you don't just have, you're not just like I play other people's music. That's it. Like I like that you have more than that. I like that. I like what you do as well. It's a really interesting and I don't know. Please, you tell me. I don't want to explain your
You
music to you.
Thanks for the kind words, though.
Well,
Appreciate
I
it.
know I respect what you do. I really do, and I respect your stream and just like the vibe that you create is just exquisite. You stream so early
Oh,
for me, so like it's hard to get in your stream, and so
oh
but
yeah.
but when I do, I really do enjoy it. And but please tell me, when did you start getting into production, and when you seem
Um,
relatively young, so um, I don't know.
yeah.
How
Okay.
when did you start getting into it?
So I kind of I when I was like predominantly just a singer and an acoustic guitarist, I
Mm.
just do those sort of things and write songs on the guitar and singing. I was always like thinking, I want to do more, I want to make the sound bigger, I want to make it more like developed. Um, so I posted an ad to try and find like a producer to work with or another musician, and I found my friend Ian. This is when I lived in Leeds, and we formed this like electronic duo, I guess, where I would do all the vocals and stuff, and he would do all the production, and it was a really good mix. But I found myself being like, what you doing in there? What you pressing?" Like, can I have a go?" And then I just kind of got more and more interested in watching what he was doing, and, um, as soon as I realized, like, I can teach myself all of this, I was like, "See ya," in the nicest way possible.
Deuces.
I was like, "I'm gonna freaking learn all this." I'm so into it. And then as soon as I got like I was on Logic. What was I using? Logic, yeah. I was using Logic to like just mess around, and I had so much fun. I just couldn't stop teaching myself the ropes. And that was like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Hmm.
And
And
then yeah, just
so you stay mostly in Logic, or you moved to Ableton? How does what
yeah.
are you flow
I
between both of them?
I used to do I switched between Logic and Ableton at the beginning, and then now I don't touch anything else but Ableton because I realized um, how good Ableton is for performing live.
Hmm.
I was just sort of like, right, that's going to be my jam.
Yeah.
So that's what I use.
I'm completely with you. I love Ableton for the live capabilities, but also for the workflow. Like I feel like the
Yeah.
workflow is so awesome, and when you see people working with like a push too, it's just like
Yes.
wizardry. Oh, thank you for that
Oh,
host, Reina.
that's
Um,
well done.
the AMA. I'm is that your question there, Mr. Chick? Did you always know you wanted to do electronic stuff, or did you try other genres too?
Hi, Mr. Chick. Hey. Um, so no, I didn't always know I wanted to do electronic. Am I answering this now? Is
Yeah,
this the
go ahead.
time?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it. Let's do it.
Uh, I first started out like I was into quite much more heavier music. So I've used to front like a rock band, and I was the singer in that. So I was very much into like
Did you yell?
rock
Did you
stuff.
scream? Like did you do the Oh, you didn't do the scream. It was
Nah,
like more
I
of
was
a
just sort of like kind of yeah, Hayley Williams esque vocals, but a
mm,
bit darker.
gotcha.
Um, so what was the question again? Let me just read it again.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I guess I tried kind of rocky. I used to try and like join bands when I first moved to Manchester. I was like, I'm gonna join a grunge band, and but then the electronic stuff just drew me in more than anything else. So I just pursued that.
There you go. There you go. I like that. What do you like most about streaming? We're just going right down these questions here.
Sure. What do you like most about streaming? Um, it's got to be you guys. It's got to be the people that come and hang out with me in streams. Like I had no idea what it was going to be like when I first started streaming. I just kind of went live, and I was like, anything could happen right now. I just don't know. And then it just
Yeah.
it's just so lovely. Like I love meeting new people. I love like making friends, and like to see like familiar names pop up, and to have like that sense of community, and um, just met so many lovely people. So it's you guys. You're my favorite thing.
Yeah, I would say that that's probably one of I mean, that's probably my favorite thing too. Is like people's interactions. It's like because sometimes I'll be talking to people and the chat will be actively like trying to like I don't know if they're actively trying to make me laugh, but it's like they're coming for me. And it's funny,
Yeah.
but it's so funny. Like the thing is like what's funny is that we'll be talking about a serious subject and someone will make a offhand joke in the chat and I'm sitting here like and like and that's when my father passed and it was the saddest moment of my life and someone makes a smart ass remark and I'm just like
Oh
okay
my
I'm
gosh,
not
you
trying to
gotta keep
laugh.
it.
I'm just, it's like,
Oh my
but
god.
but that's what I love about it is this interaction. It's people
Yeah,
it's spending their most valuable resource, their time
exactly.
with you and I mean it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's really special.
Yeah.
I've received such like touching messages as well from like individual people that
Mhm.
I don't know, just making a difference is like really really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had somebody, say this is watching. It was actually, I think you were there. It was the Sabi interview. I got so many DMs and just different ways of people communicating afterwards. It's like, wow, that talk with Sabi really helped me deal with my stuff. And I was
Oh,
just
I
like, oh
love
my
that.
God.
Yeah,
Like, we were just chatting. And so
it's just crazy.
it is crazy. I love that people can be, touched by just people having conversation. But I think that's important, and I think that's something that's sort of missing these days. I feel like people are so reactionary, and they don't
Yeah.
really take time to sort of think about how they
Hmm.
react to something. And I don't know, man. It's nice to just it's nice to take a moment and acknowledge um, the people that make this special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Wild but sober asked, "What's up? Waffles or pretzel, Kappa? Waffles or pretzels? He always wants to know
What
if people like waffles or pretzels.
waffles or pretzels? What kind of waffles? Because over here we have like potato waffles or like
Ooh,
sweet waffles or like
well, there you go.
that's it.
Which is it? Which is it? Wild but sober.
This is
You could
very
sweet
sweet.
sweet waffles
Uh, probably sweet waffles.
over pretzels.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Amelia Ray Music. Thank you for that host, by the way. I saw that. I forgot to say thank you. I don't like the little like hard pretzels, but like those soft pretzels that you can dip in
Oh,
like
the
mustard.
soft pretzels.
Yeah, soft
Ugh,
pretzels are good,
that's a
but
really tough question.
I'm not sure because waffles are pretty awesome. but
No, they're just so sweet.
yeah, well, that's the thing for me. I don't do the sugar very much anymore. It's a very special thing. How are you with sugar? Do
Oh,
you like sugar?
yeah.
Do you
I
like
like
water? Do you like water?
love
Ellie?
it.
Do you like
Um,
music? Ellie, do you like music?
I think so. Yeah, the sweet sugar's good. I mean, I have enough energy, nervous energy as it is, so I think too much sugar, like too
Mhm.
much of anything for me is probably not good. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. That you hit it. You made a great point there. Is like the if you suffer from anxiety and you have to deal with that, eating tons of candy and sugar and
Coffee.
coffee, all of
Yeah.
that exacerbates it by 1,000. So if you're sitting there just wondering why you can't stop, can't stop your palms from sweating, and you're sitting there just shaking, thinking about that work meeting tomorrow where you have to get up in front of people and say stuff, and it's like, and you're sitting there smashing Snickers bar and down in Monster drinks. I mean, you're setting it up
It's
for.
not the one. It's not the one.
It's not the combo. It's not a magic combo. That it took me
Nope.
a long time for that. But yeah, but sugar, like for me is like it actually makes me depressed. It's so crazy. Like if I eat too much pie, I get depressed. Like depression comes
Yeah.
if I eat too much pie. It's a sad situation.
Oh, avoid the pie.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you abuse something so hard that your body becomes like chemically altered from it. It's like
Turn
I've
into a pie.
I've eaten so much. I'm eating so much candy and sweet crap that like my body is physically altered, like chemically altered to it now. And it's just
So weird.
yeah, no, it is weird. Like
But
like if I
uh,
start eating too much sugar, like I physically go through physical withdrawals when I stop eating it. Like
yeah.
I like have
Yeah, my
I'm
boyfriend's the same.
I'm tired. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy because sugar, I think, it might as well be a drug. I mean, you might as well call it a drug.
Mhm. Yeah.
Caffeine is totally a drug.
It is a book, yeah.
It definitely is a drug. If you can consume something to the point where it chemically alters you, to the point where when you stop ingesting it, your body hurts or malfunctions,
It's not
it's a
good.
drug. It's a drug. No,
Yeah.
I've tried telling my mom that. She just will not listen. She's like, it's not a drug. It's not a drug. It's coffee. It's just coffee. It's like, okay, mom, if you don't have that cup of coffee in the morning, how do you feel about 11 a.m., noon? How are you feeling? Oh, well, I'm kind of
Yeah.
groggy and I got a headache. It's like, you're addicted to coffee. You're addicted to
Gotcha.
your own drugs. Oh, man.
Exactly.
We got a lot of stuff filling up here. I guess we can get to this. Let's look at enjoy your lurk, wild but sober. Snickers bar and monsters. Yeah. Do you not know what that means? Keep the pie off the chart. Okay. All right. Yeah, you're just being silly now. All right. We got that. We got to the bottom of the waffles and pretzels. So let's
That
see
was
what
an
else is
important
coming.
debate.
See what else we got. At what point in your life did you say to yourself, music, yes, that's what I want to do in life? Oh, very good question from
Mm,
Francis M. Or Francis W. M.
Thank you, Francis. Um, hmm, it sounds really cliche when I say this because it sounds a bit cheesy, but uh, the earliest memory of like wanting to do music is from such a young age, just always wanting to be a singer. Like, when I grow up, I want to be like, I fall into that kind of cliche of like, I've always wanted to, since I could speak, I've always wanted to do it. But like, it's just true. Like, I auditioned for like Stars in Their Eyes Kids. Do you know what that is? Is that a British show?
I think
I
that
don't know.
sounds like a British show, but is it like Star Search or like America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent or whatever? It's one of those
One of
talent
the like
shows.
early cringe ones, yeah. I used to like record CDs because my dad did music a lot, so he used to have like a little home studio. So I'd record like songs from like 9 years old and just make up little raps and stuff. But when I guess I seriously took it seriously, it
Oh,
was probably
Adam Flair, thank you very much for that
oh
sub, buddy.
my.
That is so loud.
Um,
I think I need
so
to
loud.
lower those alerts.
Whew.
I'm
Um,
sorry, Ellie. That just was like
it's okay.
ba 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 in your ear. So,
It's
well,
intense. It's very intense.
okay. Well, I'm
Um,
sorry, everyone. We'll fix that for the next one,
it's
everybody.
okay. Don't worry about it. But then I guess I decided to actually pursue it when I was always like toying between doing art or music. So normally when I'd like lose faith or confidence in music, I'd be like, oh, I'll just draw then. And when I like stopped thinking my drawings were crap, I'm like, oh, I'll just sing. And it was like a toss up between like not feeling good enough all the time. But
Oh.
then it was actually my therapist who said to me, like, kid, you gotta just go for it. Uh,
I
and he
love.
wasn't American, but I don't know why I said it in that voice. But he just kind of pushed me pushed me to do it because he could tell what whenever I was speaking about my life, music would always be the thing I'd come back to. So in answer to your question, I don't know.
Well, it seems like
But
you've
there was
always just music has always been the focus, or at least the arts have always been the focus.
yes. Yeah, always
Yeah.
come back to that. I've toyed with like ideas of doing sort of therapist work or counseling or working with children, and I still really like that idea, but uh yeah, it's always felt like my calling and my like I'm drawn towards doing music from a very young age. So
What? How do you because I'm still trying to get past it, but I'm pretty good about it, but I still have these moments where I'm just like where I'm comparing myself to other people because you said feeling not good enough and feeling or
yeah.
being like I'm not as good as that person, so why try and stuff like that. It's like how do you
Mm.
I know you were mentioning therapy, but what else sort of got you past that hump of sort of going for it? And do you still feel that? Do you still have those feelings of not feeling like you're good enough?
Yeah, it's definitely still a
Yeah,
thing that I'm like dealing with,
yeah, me too, me
and
too.
I will get more help one day because I still feel like I could do with like help with that. But I don't know. I think what always gets me through is kind of just imagining myself as like a really old lady and like looking back and being like, what would I regret the most?
Mm,
And
yeah,
it always is like not trying to get where I want to be with music like enough kind of thing. And that's kind of a scary thought. I always think about that, like, oh, I just don't want to regret my life.
yeah.
So it's kind of what pushes me through the anxiety and like feeling not good enough because there's only got one life and I don't want to waste it.
Wow, that's great. That's a great way of looking at it. Like it's just like why would I want to be in a because there are situations and I'm sure for you there's been an opportunity that you might have skipped by because of your own anxieties about it or something. But I know I've
Mm,
definitely just blown stuff off because of my own anxiety about it, not feeling good enough
yeah,
about
it's
it.
hard.
But what's interesting about pushing through those feelings is once you get on the other side, I mean, you feel like you've accomplished something huge, and I feel like you grow just a little bit more with it, and you get a little bit more comfortable
Mm,
with yourself. It's like,
yeah.
when did you start being conscious of your anxiousness? Like, do you remember like how young you were when you
Mm.
started noticing that?
I think it's interesting because I've got is it here? I'm not gonna get it out now, but I've got my diary somewhere,
Uh,
and I kept it all the way through school, and I think there's like an entry in there from when I was like maybe 13 or something, and I'm like, kind of yeah, I documenting my first experience, but not understanding what's going on. I was just kind of like a very confused kid, like I don't know what these feelings are. Um, so I guess I was trying to make sense of it from like early teens, but then being aware of like it being real anxiousness is probably when I went to university and I was met with a whole lot of people very quickly and it was very intense social environments and I was like, I can't cope with this. And I think that's when I realized I had like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
social anxiety first, and then it just snowballed into my adult years.
Yay!
Woo!
Isn't it fun when it pops up when you're in when you don't need it the most, it pops up the strongest. It's like when you go
Yeah, yeah.
when you're doing something like going to university and you're like leaving home for the first time and you're going to this new place with a new adventure where you don't know what to expect and
Mm,
your mind is racing with what you think you're gonna expect and it's just oh man yeah that
yeah,
and then you have oh yeah and also I don't function well in this environment
yeah,
and so on top of everything else my brain is
yeah.
against me right now
It's hard because at university as well, I had people that were kind of mistaking me for someone who was rude when actually I was just like incredibly
mm,
anxious that I couldn't even like make eye contact and I couldn't
right
like communicate well. And then that would just be another like layer, like, oh, they hate me because I'm rude, but I'm not rude. I'm just
I'm really
trying
nice
to
I
be.
promise. No, I
Yeah.
got that too. I get that too. Sometimes I'll just have RBF. I'll just RBF all day long. I got resting bitch face all day
All
long
right.
when I'm uncomfortable, and I'm just I'm just but I'm. It was more when I was younger, but yeah, you just walk around not making eye contact with people, and people are just like, "Who's this asshole?" Like, okay, I guess. It's like, sorry,
Yeah.
bro, I didn't know. When you think about it, when I think about it, I remember being like in like fourth or fifth grade and recognizing that I had this thing like I wanted to ask a question, but I felt too stupid to ask a question. So like I didn't
Mm,
ask a question. And I remember thinking, I remember sitting there thinking, I was like, holy shit, like I have to like push through this. This is something I'm gonna have to
mm,
push through.
yeah.
Do you have moments where you push through and it doesn't work out like it or I guess no that's not a good question. How do you feel when you push through those moments of dread and anxiety and then you push through it, you do what you're supposed to do, and then you're on the other side? How do you feel?
I think the example that comes to mind with that is like when I first started playing live, that's when I'd get like such bad anxiety. I'd
Yeah.
be like throwing up before going on
Oh my
stage.
god. Yeah.
I used to like hide before I was going on until the very last second when I had to go on and sing. Like it was terrible. I was really, really nervous.
Yeah.
Um, and but it was yeah, it was confusing because that was anxiety around something that was so important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, going up, it felt grim. I was like feeling sick, and then out on the other side of that, there is a sense of like, oh, I do feel good about pushing through, but it takes a while for that to kick in because the
Mm-hmm.
anxiety is still like just bubbles afterwards, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, was that even fun? But then
Yeah.
afterwards,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Do I like
yeah,
this?
yeah, like what am I doing?
Yeah.
um, but I think like it takes a little while, but after when you look back, I mean, I don't do this often enough, and I think I need to give myself more credit for the stuff I've done and like how hard it's been for me and how I've just done it anyway. But it's in those moments when I look back and I think it feels good to like give myself a bit of credit for those times.
Yeah.
But it takes a while to get to that point.
Hmm. Yeah. No. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. You're right. After a gig or something, you're on adrenaline, and people are
Yeah.
probably I don't know. People are probably coming up to you like that was awesome, and they're
Oh
all
my
like trying to
god. I'm just
touch
like
you.
punching them off. I'm like, get away from me. I can't talk to
No.
you.
I was talking actually yesterday. My guest yesterday. She she was. Are you familiar with Boys the Men? R&B group, American R&B group. Um,
I,
that's okay. It's okay. They were big in the '90s. It's all good. But she was on tour with them. In a girl group that she had won, like she won a spot on this girl group that was opening for this huge band. And when I say huge in America, like these guys were just like crazy huge. Like just every girl loved them. Panties everywhere. They were singing sexy, pretty songs. You know, on bended
Nice.
knee. You can't go wrong with that. But they but she was faced with this. She thought she wanted that, right? Like she won this opportunity to be in this band that had management, that had a deal, that they had the trajectory was going up. Like they were next, they were next to break, and she went through it. She won the spot, and she was touring with this big band, and doing these huge arena shows. And afterwards, there was girls trying to get to the boys to men guys, and then people coming up to you, the horrible schedules, and then people wanted her to dress in ways that she was uncomfortable. And so she thought she wanted something like the fame and fortune, and she ended up walking away from it all because she decided that that wasn't for her. And it's like for some people it's not for them, it's not.
Yeah.
And but she's a great performer, and she still performs. It's just that's not what she wanted to do with music. And I think that
Mm.
that's really brave, to like recognize that, to recognize
Yeah.
that this is not what I want to do, and this is but and to walk away from that. And she said that also she was in a lot of debt afterwards, and she didn't pay him.
Oh.
Because when you're signing a record deal, you owe that record company for everything they spend money on you.
Mhm.
If they're promoting your album, if they're renting out the Viper Room in LA to showcase you in front of some A&R people, you're paying for that. So she ended up walking away with a lot of debt that she never paid, which I thought that was hilarious because she's like, I ain't paid nothing, and I ain't gonna. But like the character, I think it speaks about the character of people who do go through that and push through things, and then find out that that's not for them. And in her case, it was not for them. In your case, it's like,
Mm.
I threw up, but I want to do it again. I want to
Yeah,
do it
it's
again.
kind of a combination. It's confusing sometimes because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't think I would want to get to a level of like all that fame and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I just don't think that is what I'd like, but just to be able to share with like medium audiences would be nice.
Can I just get a medium audience?
Yeah. Like just not tip over the edge that it becomes scary. Like sometimes you turn up when I'd play shows and I'd be like praying that no one turns up, which is awful because like I want to freaking play shows for people. And then when there's like a big crowd, I'm like, nah.
Don't you people have a life? Don't you have something
Yeah,
better
just
to do?
go home.
That's
So
really
like
funny that you're sitting there like hoping no one comes to your gig because you're.
so bad.
It's funny now, but I'm sure in the moment it's just horrifying. It's not a good place to be, honestly, when you're
It's just like confusing for myself to be like, oh,
right.
I hope no one's here. And like people are like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I just don't want anyone to be here tonight. And it's like, what's going on in my brain?
It's going.
It's
Yeah, it is. Yeah, our brains will turn on us, and it's just it's a. What's interesting about the brain is that as much as that it'll turn on you, you can actually train it to like stop doing that just by like repeating certain
mm,
things. Like what a lot
yeah.
of people like self affirmation, like sitting and looking in the mirror, which I think when I first heard of it, I heard from it from Saturday Night Live making fun of it from Al Franken, which I don't expect you to know who that is. But it was just a very to me it looked really stupid, right? Like, can you imagine sitting in the mirror? I mean, anybody who hasn't done this and knows that actually does work. But sitting in the mirror and be like, you are good enough. You are good enough. I love you. I love myself. I love
Totally
myself.
done that.
Dude, it sounds so stupid to me. To me, it sounds stupid, but it freaking works. It's so
Mhm.
ridiculous. Your brain can
It's
your brain can control you, but you can actually carve new neural pathways just by repeating words that you don't even have to
yeah,
believe it.
absolutely.
But if you do it over and over enough, your brain starts to stupidly tell you that you believe, which is not stupid actually. It's very complex and amazing that you can just talk yourself into liking yourself, which who knew?
Yeah.
Who
It's
knew?
funny because like it's definitely it is a thing, and I
Hmm.
think I forget. I can easily advise people this kind of stuff that when it comes to yourself, it's hard to kick things into motion and like do these kind of things.
It is.
part of it is to have a counter voice to the negative voice.
Yeah,
Yeah, Velda's, yeah, true,
absolutely. Yeah,
very
well,
true.
it's yeah, that negative voice is the thing that you're trying to silence when you're doing
Gotta
these kinds of
drown it
things.
out, I think.
It
So,
is. You know, like there to the point where I've learned to, because like I'm sure you've had this moment where you're sitting there and you're just thinking about the same bad thing that makes whatever is inciting your anxiety or whatever your dread, and you're just thinking about it and you just keep thinking about it and you just keep and you're just getting yourself worked up and you just keep getting yourself worked up until you're in this frenzy. And I mean, it literally, I had to learn how to distract my own brain from itself, which sounds
yeah.
ridiculous. But like, it's like as soon you got to like recognize it. Have you ever done like any kind of meditation or anything like that?
Yeah,
Mindfulness.
I've like started doing meditation
Hmm.
about 50 times in my life. I'm now on my like 50th time. For the
Yeah.
last time, I'm
Yeah.
trying to do meditation because I know it would be really good for me. But I have just the worst attention span. I find it very, very difficult. But I'm determined
Right.
to do it.
I'm so with you. It's so hard. It's so hard. I've gotten good enough to where I can go for about like 5 minutes, but then my brain is
Yeah,
just
me
it
too.
drifts. Yeah, Bo, we're doing
That's
it.
my top score.
We're doing a huge, baby. We're doing a huge. It's but the just the act of doing it, and that, even though you're saying like I have a hard time doing it, you don't have to just clear your mind. It doesn't have to be that. It can be you just having thoughts, but you got to let them go. That's the biggest thing, is letting thoughts go and coming back to whatever your mantra, or if you count, or if this is my mantra, by the way, everybody. I don't know if you have one, you can share if you'd like, but I breathe in, and I also practice belly breathing while I do it because I'm trying to sing better. So I breathe in. I breathe in for a count. What is it? A count of 4 and a count of 8 on the way out. But when I breathe in, it's what is it? I love myself. So that's your 4 count going off of the syllables. So that's in, and then breathing out is so I can love other people. And that's how I did it for myself.
Oh,
So that's 8 count right there. That's my mantra. Is
yeah. I love it.
I I love myself
Strong.
so I can love other people. And that's what I've
It's
done.
beautiful.
I've done for months, and it freaking helps. And it helps. And as silly as it sounds to some people, I'm sure it sounds silly. I'm sure it does. But it
I think
helps.
that's great.
It made a difference. Do you have a mantra or something that you do to try to get into that mode?
Not really. I've not been doing it. I've not stuck with it long enough to get to the
Right.
point where I've developed a mantra.
That's okay. I mean,
But
would
I
you,
used to like, I used to go running back when I
mm.
moved my body, and I used to have like a running mantra, and it's kind of similar vibe to what you were saying. I can't remember exactly what it is, but kind of positive things about myself, like I am X, I am Y, I am Z. Just all the things I thought I wasn't, but telling myself I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great because running and exercise is another form of meditation, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I would say so, to
definitely.
focus in on body movements, to because like especially when you're running, you can run incorrectly and actually mess yourself up. So like you're focusing on breath and focusing on movement, and so you are
Mm,
sort of taking yourself out of the out of the past or the future, and you're bringing yourself into the present by sort of
it's very
focusing,
true.
and then whatever else you're trying to tell yourself in that time. I think the
Yeah.
idea is that you need your brain to just be open for suggestion, and not be confined to a certain type of thought. Whether
Yes.
negative or negative thought, it can't be attached to some other kind of negative thought, because you want it to be open for the positive stuff that you're trying to feed in. it's
Yeah.
it's it's a very complex thing, but
It
again, when
is.
you say it out loud, for me personally, but I'm cynical. But but when you say it
Well,
out
you're on.
loud personally, I'm just like, that sounds so stupid, but I do it.
No, you
I
own
do
it,
it
and
all
you're
the
spreading
time.
a good message by
Yeah, I
telling
think so
people
too.
and
Yeah.
not being ashamed of it. It's a really good thing to
Oh
be telling
well,
people.
I'm not ashamed of it, but but I'm also not ashamed to admit that I've thought it was stupid, and avoided doing it for many years
Mm.
because I thought it was dumb. And once I got into it, it was like, oh, I see now.
This can actually help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this can really
Okay.
help. What helps me with meditation is having something physical to focus on, which isn't always the same thing that works. Sometimes it's the sound of cars, sometimes it's just my breath, sometimes it's my incense, and just focus on the smell or the shapes the smokes make. That's great.
Hmm.
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to give it a go. Yeah, Mr. Chick, you never know. You never know. It might change your life, or you might just be bored and think of something. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Either way,
It's
it's
definitely worth trying.
I think it's worth it. And again, it's like people think that they have to like absolutely clear their minds, like that's the only way it works, and they can't have any other thoughts. But really, it's training your brain to sort of let go of thoughts and to get
Yeah.
back to the focus and back to the now. And
Yeah.
I just feel like that's sort of missing in today's society is that we don't
Mm.
take that second to sort of think of things again, like we
Yeah.
just are reactionary. We're not taking a
Definitely.
second, like that split second of mindfulness, could
Mm-hmm.
save you a horrible argument on Facebook,
So
or
true. Yeah.
or taking that second can avoid, road rage, or
Mhm.
spreading that kind of the
Totally.
seed of anger, like because you could plant seeds
Yeah.
of anger on other people or push your anger on other people just to make
That's true.
yourself feel better. But if you take that second and try to realize what it is and where it's coming from, maybe
Mm-hmm.
that 1 second you took to be mindful will save you like days or hours or years
Mm-hmm.
of misery. And
That's so
and
true.
being
Yeah.
married, let me tell you, that is some crucial advice.
Yeah,
Just
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes here.
sometimes it's better just to keep your mouth shut too. Just shut the fuck up. Shut up, Mike.
Yep.
Just shut up.
I say
Just
shut up, Mike, all the time to my wife.
right. Ellie knows. Ellie knows.
Really messing with me.
Okay. I suppose we could get to this next question here. Let me see. Mark as complete. Okay. The important question: pineapple on
Okay.
pizza, and this is from Mr. Chick.
Oh, no.
No. A
Just
simple no. Why not?
no.
What's no? Why not? Why not, Ellie? Why do you hate pineapple so much?
I love pineapple when it's fresh and cold and out the fridge and on its own. But not on a pizza next to my tomatoes. It's weird, man. You're all messed up.
I'm not a fan either. My wife, who she just recently found out about pineapple on pizza, and then she thought it was amazing. And was like, "What? This is old. Like
This
this is
We're
not new."
divided, aren't we? Like there's people
Very
who love it,
dividing.
people who think it's gross.
I don't think that hot pineapple. I don't think hot pineapple should exist. Is what I'm saying. Hot pineapple never sounded great. Pineapple
Tomatoes are
on pizza.
fruit.
You know what? I'll eat
I
it.
think
I'll eat it. Okay. Look, it's pizza. At the end of the day, it's pizza. I'm gonna eat it. It's carbs and
true.
cheese, and I'm just gonna stuff it in.
I mean, if it was pineapple pizza or no pizza, it would be pineapple pizza.
Right. And the thing about pineapple is it comes right off. It comes right off. You can just slick that
Look it
thing.
off.
It comes right off. But it's definitely not my favorite. And there's
Chat
also
seems to be loving pineapple. We're very outnumbered
yeah, we
here.
we yeah, we are under. Well, you're wrong. It's delicious. Okay, well, your favorite today. Hi, by the way, welcome. Pineapple just makes it even better. I've had a dessert with warm pineapple and custard. It was so good. You know what? That does make sense because
Right?
I could see like a pineapple, like a freshly baked pineapple sweetbread or something, like
Yeah,
an
it's
angel
supposed to be there.
food cut, like fresh out of the oven, and it might be good. But I guess it's the idea of hot pineapple and salt. Maybe that's the problem. Okay,
Yeah,
you know what? I'm sorry, people.
everyone's
Everybody has their
sweet,
own
is it?
opinions, okay? I won't apologize. I take my sorry back. I don't like hot pineapple,
Shouldn't
okay?
have opened the can of worms.
Okay, we're moving on. This is too divisive. I feel like it's turning into an American election here. Okay, let's go. Let's moving on. Do you have any snacks? I see that it's all
Oh,
turning into
you
food.
asked this question. You asked that question.
Lewin asked that question.
I know why they're asking that question. And I do have some snacks here. I've bought some protein bars. So I've got some Protein flapjacks.
Oh, flapjacks. Now,
Do you know a flapjack? Do you have flapjacks where
I
you
think
are?
flapjacks are different in the UK than it is here. Flapjacks here are just pancakes, and they're
Oh,
just
really? That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. What are flapjacks in the UK? Are they like
I have
potatoes or
no
something?
idea what other word I'd use in place of a flapjack. It's like an oaty,
Oh,
fairly soft oaty biscuit.
I see, I see. Oh, it's like, you know what? I think, did someone say fried mush? No, Amelia Ray music. No one said fried mush. But kind of.
What?
No, Amelia Ray. Look, I came in Amelia, which, by the way, I don't know if we've already shout out Amelia, but we're going to shoot her out again. What? All right. I know I went in her chat and just started dropping fried mush is a very Midwest American meal that goes back to like the Civil War and like slavery and all that crap. It's like it's I don't know why it ended up being a Midwest delicacy, breakfast delicacy, but basically it's corn mush that's like been compressed into like a roll, like a sausage roll, and then
Oh my gosh.
you cut
Sorry.
it. No, it's all good. You cut it up into little things and you serve them and you fry them in butter, and then you serve it with honey and syrup. And
Sounds kind of nice, actually.
it's not bad. It's not bad. Honestly, it sounds worse than it is. It's pretty amazing. But for whatever reason, it like they sell it at the major food market here, the major grocery store here. So like, it's on the
Did you
shelves that it's just weird because no one knows what it is. Everyone thinks it's weird and like, why would you eat corn mushy stuff? My wife is from California and she's like, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating it. It's like it's I'm not eating that.
fair play? Fair play.
But you know what? Your favorite today, fried mush is the best. Okay. Do you usually play video games? I've always had a curiosity, and that's
Me?
from yes, Wilo Pesty 3. I'm gonna say
I guess
things wrong.
Jamie. Jamie, is it Jamie? If I remember.
Mhm.
Um, do I play video games? I played them growing up. I grew up with two brothers, and they were very, very into gaming. And I, tried to be in the crew with them, and we were all like kind of a similar level as we were growing up playing games. And then there came a point when they peeled off to the right and actually were good at them, and I was not. So I do occasionally play games now, but it's just like I'm not that good at them, and it's just like for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically.
Do you do gaming streams at all, or is it all music?
I did a couple, but I found them quite. I don't know. I found quite stressful because my gaming, me as a gaming person, and then me as a music streamer, I feel like it was two completely different people. Like when I'm gaming, I'm just like swearing and like being really like I don't know, shouty, and I'm just like, oh, do people want to watch this? Um, I don't know. It was just kind of stressful. I was like, I think I'd rather play these in private. I can just like scream, like, say really, really awful things out loud. Um, so yeah.
So you've done it, but yeah, I feel the same way because I want to do like a production stream, but I'm the same way with you how you are with video games. I'm just like, what the? Why did you do that? That's not what I said. You stupid mother. Yeah, and then I just get mad and like, this is not what I wanted. That is not what I heard in my head. That is wrong. You are wrong, MacBook Pro. You are a wrong MacBook. That is not what I hear
Yeah,
in my head.
uh,
Yeah.
I feel like I
So
did
I
a few
don't think I did.
production streams, like similar things.
Oh, wait, do you cuss at inanimate objects as well when you're producing?
Yeah, I just mute the mic and was like, people never know. People never know. It's funny because like I'm not in my day-to-day life. I swear so much, and then since I've been streaming, I don't know how I've decided this, but I've just decided that I'm not going to be someone who swears on stream. And I've like it's quite difficult because sometimes I do want to, and I'm like, do I? Uh, should I? So yes, it's
Yeah.
my life.
And that's my life. Oh man. Wait a second. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, there we go. Okay, well, I like that. I like that video game question because you know, this is Twitch, baby. People want to know.
Yeah,
People want to know
exactly.
if you're gaming.
Oh, I've started to play chess though, which I keep talking about, and I need people to practice with. So if anyone wants to play me at chess, that'd be great.
Are you playing it on stream or are you just playing for fun?
Just for fun.
Mm.
We got a little chessboard for Christmas, so I've been like playing with that, and my score is like the lowest it could possibly be though on all the apps. So I need some help getting above that, but I
It,
do enjoy it.
it's about strategy, I guess.
Yeah,
But it's like if you're not, it's like chess is one of those things that like if you're really into it, you're really into it. But like I like it and I think it's fun and it makes me feel smart when I'm playing it. But
I think that's why I like it.
that's,
Because I used
but
to hate it.
yeah.
I was a guy once and he tried to get me into chess, and I was like, no, I'm never playing this with you. And now I've like watched the Queen's Gambit, and I'm like, I want to be smart. So I kind
Yeah.
of try. But
Yeah, but it is fun and it does exercise a certain part of your brain that whatever it is.
yeah,
It's cool. It's fun.
makes the cogs turn. Like I feel my cogs really turning, and
Mm-hmm.
it's good to do that because, like I said, my attention span is normally crazy, so it's
Right.
kind of good to practice that.
Do you read at all? Do you read books or do you no?
Yeah, I read mostly nonfiction.
Mm-hmm.
Again, probably because I don't know. I find it hard to like stick with a fiction book. Um,
The make 'em
but
ups.
sorry.
The ma- I've heard someone call them the make 'em ups. The
Oh, the
book make 'em
make
ups.
up.
The books where people just make shit up and just and throw them out into the world.
But I think I want to try and like get better at reading books that are fiction because I think it would be good to just take yourself out of reality for a
Mm-hmm.
bit, and I guess that's another form of meditation. When I
Oh,
have managed to read a fiction book, it's really like just takes you away,
for
kind of
sure.
thing.
Heck
But
yeah, it is.
I'm really like I get a bit obsessed with wanting to be productive all the time. So I'm like, if I'm going to read a book, I need to learn something.
Yeah.
I need to be learning all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what
What
happens.
kind of nonfiction books do you read?
Mostly like psychology. They could be self-help books,
Mm-hmm.
but stuff that all about like the brain, like
Oh.
neuroplasticity and just like yeah. I'm trying to imagine my bookshelf in my mind right now, and I can't see it.
Yeah.
But we'll go with the brain.
The brain. No, me too. I'm totally into that stuff. I like like one of the last books I read about psychology is like how to tell if someone's lying because like and it was
Ooh,
written by this FBI agent who was a negotiator or not negotiator an interrogator for terrorists.
okay.
I'm pretty sure. And so they sort of go through all the like the tips and stuff on how to sort of point it out, and like I'm really into like watching real interrogations. There's this really cool YouTube channel called JCS, I believe, or JSC, and they do like interrogation analysis where they'll break down like body movement, they'll break down like why someone's saying something, like like why someone's their legs shaking, like
Wow, that's
why
interesting.
yeah, they'll say stuff like here you can see where she's talking, she completely ignores the question by the detective by diverting attention to a nonsensical stream of consciousness that just to try to throw the detective off, but it doesn't work because the next thing the detective says is let's get back to this. So it's really really cool, but I'm into that too. What's the last book that you read, that nonfiction book that really stuck with you, that really was like wow?
Um, I'm tempted to go onto my like Goodreads page and try and remember. It's the thing, I have an awful memory, and I have this with books and films. Like I can watch and read stuff, and then
Forget it all.
I don't retain anything. I have to go back and read it again. Let me just try and think. The
Sure.
last book that really stuck. Oh, it obviously didn't stick enough. I can't remember.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, you were talking about
Goodreads.com. Sorry, carry on.
you you mentioned neuroplasticity. What have you read about that?
Yeah, so that was an interesting book talking about how, like, a lot of people think that once you get past a certain age into adulthood and beyond, that your brain just stops and there's no point learning new stuff and teaching yourself things. And it just talks a lot about and gives examples of different studies how it's just totally false, and the brain can always just keep making new, try and quote it correctly without being dumb here, just like building science, building new pathways and like creating those new pathways in the brain, so you can always like teach yourself new stuff, and the brain can always just adapt and grow and stuff, and it's never the end.
Yeah. No, that's I mean, God, we were just talking about that. I think that's
Yeah.
exactly what we were talking about. Uh,
Oh yeah, we did touch on it.
yeah, I mean, that's part of neuroplasticity is just repeating stuff back to yourself and trying to get it
Mhm.
to sort of create those new
Yeah,
neural pathways to love yourself instead of the alternative. So it's
yeah.
that's awesome. Have you ever read anything by Jordan Peterson? He's sort of like one of those self-help guys. He's kind of hated in some circles, but
Did he write that 12?
mm-hmm. 12,
Yeah,
12
that's
rules
it.
for life, I think. Yeah.
I got through that like two-thirds of the way through and I didn't finish it, and I can't remember why, but I can't remember. Yeah, I like some of it, but then he has like some controversial views or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, he has controversial views on like I think it's because of his studies on the studies that he's just actually repeating. It's not actually even his work
yeah,
that he's just repeating work on like some of it is on like how women choose to what fields women choose to go into work and why they're I think he was kind of touching on pay gap stuff. I can't remember the controversy. It ended up being kind of blown out of proportion and
mm,
again he was just sort of reporting on numbers that he found, but I can't remember, so who cares? But I was just curious. For me, that book was sort of helpful. It has some really interesting points in it, though. Like one of the rules that he says is like clean your room, and
mm,
and start there because a lot of people will live in dismay. And so before you go out into the world and try to like tell other people how to live, clean your room as a metaphor and literally clean your room, but also try to get your stuff in order, get your life in order, and I don't know. Anyways,
yeah.
who cares?
I can't remember anything. It's
Yeah, I
really
know, me
annoying.
neither. That was the thing. Like, it's like I'm trying to
Was
like
that
talk on my.
insulting? I'm like, I nothing.
When you're
uh,
young, you have lots of time to learn stuff. When you're older, you have all the responsibilities. You feel like you can't learn things mainly because you don't have as much time to learn. Yeah, totally.
I think that's the truth in that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you get
Life
some
gets more hectic and like
right.
fills up with things.
I know it's like when I see like my nieces and my nephews and stuff. They're young right now. It's like, man, just learn as much as you can right now because because it does get harder only because there's more distractions. I think,
Yeah,
right? And plus, you're going on with the momentum of your day, and you're just in your life, and you're introducing something new, and it's different, and it's changed, and people don't like change. People like routine, and it's like when you're trying to introduce a
yeah.
new idea, it's like, oh man, now I got to learn this whole new idea. Ah. That's how,
Yeah, yeah.
that's how I feel
Gotta
about
fit.
the Stream Deck. I have
Oh,
this.
really?
I have
I
this.
still don't know how to use mine either. I've
I,
got it like I'm a real streamer now.
yeah, I got this deck. I don't know how to use it. Honestly, it's just sitting there. I don't I don't fear it, but I'm not looking forward to like I am looking forward to it, but it's like I'm not looking forward to carving out the time to try to get this done because it's like, oh my god, and then you got to learn everything, and then you got to map it and stuff, and it's probably way easier than I'm telling
It is.
myself.
Yeah, that
Okay.
part is the easy part.
Oh, okay, good. What's the hard
But
part?
the hard part, I think it's being like thinking of the ideas of how to use it
Hmm.
creatively. I've just not like dived into it deep enough. Like I'm sure I could do more fun things with it, but at the moment I do things like just put my raid call in chat and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's just like shortcuts. Whereas I want to
Yeah.
do more like fun things with it, but
Right.
I don't know yet.
Don't you have like a close up or a perspective thing that you do too? Or
I don't have that.
oh,
No.
okay. See, that's the thing
What else?
when you spend your life in all these different streams, they all start
Yep.
meshing
Merged together.
together. It's like,
Because that's a fun thing.
yeah. See, I don't even know how to do that. Who knows?
It's funny because I before streaming, I thought I was on the like scale of being tech savvy. I thought I was way at the top, and then I started streaming, and I'm like, oh my god, down I go. It's been a huge learning curve.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. What? Why did you have? Why were you so confident in your?
So it's like,
Well, yeah, because like, I mean, do you work?
I
Did
think
you work with computers and stuff?
maybe I shouldn't have been as confident as I was. Now I think about it.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
I
that's
think
great. I mean, you went into it like, yeah, I got this, but then you just had to
I
learn
think
a
I've
few
always
things.
been like computery. Like my degree is in animation and special effects, so
Ah,
like I've spent a lot of time on programs and like doing computery stuff. And I just find tech stuff in general interesting. So I
right.
thought, I've got this going forward. Every single field now I've got,
Yeah.
but not how the world works.
Oh, that moment when I realized the Macs are garbage for streaming. It's like that.
Oh,
But when
I used to stream on 2 laptops.
oh
Oh, it
wow,
was awful.
it
It was
is.
so.
It is awful, and it's not even our fault. It's just Macs are just not built for that. That's just not what
Yeah.
they do. But like what like me, you probably learned how to do all the stuff on a Mac, right? Like you learn how to do editing and your animation and your DAWs on a Mac and all that. Did you, so were you
Yeah.
familiar with Macs and then had to like sort of expand to the PC, or did you sort of have a good balance on both of them?
I think my growing up, it's always been it was PC back when I was a wee lass because I didn't know what Mac was. So
Right.
it was like PCs, Mac,
Mm.
back to a big PC when I did animation because it was better for animation at the time,
Oh, cool.
and then back to a Mac when I started getting into music. It's been like toing and
Yeah,
froing,
yeah,
so I think I'm confident with the both.
yeah.
Confident.
That's tight. Yeah, you got a good exposure of both, so you sort of knew the. Yeah, I kind of had that same thing too, where like I learned like the Adobe Suite and all those things on a PC, so I had a understanding of that. But then like all music is on a Mac, so I had a good understanding. But like that means nothing, right? Like it means nothing that you did all
No
that.
Mac. I know PC. You don't really. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
As soon as you start trying to see stream, it's like all that goes down the crapper. But
Yeah.
what is cool is that you're able to bring those talents that you like animation and drawing and your own music, and you're able to bring that to the stream. Did you draw? Is that a self portrait that the your profile picture?
The one by like an elf. Or is that a profile
The
pic?
one where you're just in space. Your Twitch profile picture.
That one, it was a commission from another artist. It's just taken from a photograph, and then she's done some kind of like thingy over the top. So
Mm,
yeah, that was a different artist.
okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I've done all kinds of like drawing stuff because I wanted to be a tattooist at one point, and I was like getting really into drawing designs that were like kind of tattooy.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I used to want to just do illustration and like digital painting and stuff. So I did a lot of that, and just had a bit of all the fingers and all the pies at one point.
What which is a do you feel like that has been something do you feel like that sort of having this jack of all trades type of um ambition, do you feel like that it's taken you further, or do you feel like it's held you back in any ways?
Ah, that's a good question. I feel like overall it's held me back in that it's taken me longer to go all in with music. I
Mm.
think because I was so like I spent a lot of time being like, well, what like how do I pick this? How do I pick between all these things that I've like tested out? And um, I still feel like I don't say they're wasted years. Like when I experimented with different types of art because it's like a little bit of me that's been left on all the. Like, I've got loads of drawings here. I thought I was going to bring and show you, but I'm too
Please.
shy now. So
Oh
no,
no,
no.
I think we're gonna need it. I
I'll
think
show
we're
you.
gonna need
Well,
some
I'll show
drawings.
you one. But this
What?
is the kind of thing I mean. Like, It's really weird though. The stuff I used to draw is really weird and really dark,
Well, that's
trippy.
awesome though. But I mean, I'm guessing that that's part of your appeal is that you're this really nice person that's into this sort of like dark thing.
This is a strange combination. So the words on this say, "You want to go to the seaside? Please join me for a swim." And then it's just like this really creepy
Dude
cone.
with his
Um,
entrails spilling into the ocean. I love it.
yeah, exactly. And then this one says "absolute savage," and I don't know why I wrote that, but I did. And it's just like these crazy little heads. Woo. And then this is some. Can I show boobies?
Oh yeah, if as long
Fine.
as they're drawn, you can show boobies as long as they're drawn.
Just drawn. These are like booby bat girls, and they're just like having the time of their lives.
Wow.
Yes, I used to draw like really dark stuff like that, and they're just sitting around. But it's kind of cool because there's like a little part of me that's been put onto some kind of art form forever.
Yeah. Yeah, heck yeah, it's a record that you were here, that you did something more than just exist, that you
Heck, they were meant to be.
do you have like a day job that you have, or are you just streaming now or music?
Uh, yeah, I guess the day job is freelance vocalist now.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, I was able to kind of go fully into that at the start of lockdown because I was going to go and start working in schools, and then all the schools shut and I was like, hey, I have no job. So
Yeah.
I did a little bit of freelance vocal work here and there for different people, and then I just decided to just crank it up, and then I realized that when I put in the time it just kind of like kicked off, so I'm able to do that full time, and then Twitch, like freelance vocals and Twitch is my thing.
That is so cool. That see, that was like the thing is about the pandemic is that it's horrible. Obviously, it's terrible, and there's a lot of people suffering, a lot of loss. But if you were staying safe and you were in a place to do it, or even if you weren't in a place to do it and you were just forced to do it, like a lot of people use this time to sort of expand on whatever they were doing. Oh, thank you. It's just Blaine. It's just Blaine. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ellie.
Here we go. It's keeping me in check. I'm alive. I'm
I'm
good.
turning those down now that I have. See, I was able to incorporate desktop audio now into my mixer, as where before I was using an external. Anyways, it's stupid, but now everything goes through one track, and I gotta like go back and fix my balances. But and also I've forgotten what we were talking about, so that's great.
Literally, yeah. What were we saying? Oh, the COVID's bad.
Oh yeah, COVID. As much as it was terrible, there were so many people who like ran with it. Like, um, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or anything. That's not what I'm doing. But like for me, I expanded my podcast into this, and this is the first time my podcast has ever been profitable in 7 years. I just want to say that, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys because what I'm able to do now is expand the podcast to Twitch, make it visual. I mean, it's incredible. Uh, but like you went and you found a whole new career of. I mean, not like it's new, but like you were like, oh, I can just do this. I can just sing for people because I can mine my talents and do something that I love instead of having to go and work in an office or whatever it is that you have to do to supplement life. And I love that. I love that you did that. What were you doing before the pandemic as a day job?
Um,
Oh, thank you, Reina.
yeah, for growth.
Yay.
Hi, Ray.
Years. Oh yeah, she said stuff.
My day jobs. I feel like my whole life has been a series of day jobs that I've hated so much, and I've not given a crap about. I hope no one's watching this that I used to work with. And it's just been like fumbling through life in these jobs, like when all I really wanted to do was just do music. And it's like I am grateful that the time during lockdown it was like the kick up the ass I needed to kind of do stuff, but it's just shown me that I could have done this a long time ago if I just believed in myself a bit more and had a bit more confidence to like take the risk back then. But there's no point in saying if only I did it before. So yeah, so I've done things like I used to be a lifeguard. Shouldn't have been a lifeguard. I used to be I've been a receptionist for so many different places. Admin, that's why I can type so quick. And what else have I done? Just your average kind of office roles.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not saying like those jobs are like they've got their place and I
Mhm.
like everyone, it's all important work. But for me, like I struggled to like every job I had, I would leave either because of anxiety or because of no, just anxiety.
Anxiety
um,
and the hatred
I
of the job itself.
Yeah, it was just like just kind of questioning what I was doing. Like, why am I doing something I don't enjoy? And it would just be a constant cycle of quitting jobs, getting another one, just to fill the time until I could do music. And then this would go on for years, and I just never like, yeah, just like took the risk until recently. So
Wow. Yeah, that we have so much in common. It's like that's exactly how my life has been. It's like these off and on jobs that I hate, and I don't care about, and it's like you, it's like what even though you're getting paid and you're there and you get this job and you should be doing your best, but it's just like I have no interest or want, or like I have no motivation other than a paycheck to do this stupid thing that you want me to do. It's just like money's just not enough. Money's just not enough for me to be like, okay, I'll just deal with this. But it sucks too
and I do
because
feel bad though,
yeah,
because
go.
sorry, I
No, no,
interrupted
no, please, please.
I just like because I do realize I had the thought I was in the shower the other day and I had this thought train actually. I was like, no, I'm like really privileged that I can have so many options of jobs that I can have. Like, people struggle to get work and the opportunities I've had to be able to always have a job. Like I should be grateful for that, and I am. But the overriding thing for me has always been my anxiety has just been so overpowering in like those jobs where I've been like I just like depressed really and just
Hmm.
like struggling with mental health has always been like really hard to see to be grateful for what I have when it's just like I don't want to be here because what's my life? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I know
Um,
exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I've done it a lot. I've done it so many times, and I feel like. And the thing is that I feel like a loser when I'm not when I'm not working and I'm not like bringing in a decent amount of money. Like here in the states, it's a mess. It's a mess. But it's just I just feel like a loser. Like and I feel like a loser that I can't go to a job and just work a job and just be happy with that, and where the alternative is like I make very little money playing once in a while. Well, now I don't play at all, and all I'm doing is Twitch now. But like I go out and play gigs, and that's how I mostly get my money. And and now now that that's gone, I just feel like I'm just what am I doing? But I
mhm.
know like I could go out and get a factory job right now, but what is that gonna do? It's gonna make me miserable. It's gonna make everyone around me miserable because it's like if you're miserable, how can other people be enjoying their lives while you're just sitting there like, ugh.
That's
I
true.
know
Yeah.
that it's gonna eat me. It's gonna eat me in a way that it's just it's awful, and it's I mean, I might have to do that. I still might have to do that. It's not like I'm out of the I still might have to go and get an office job or get a factory job, and that's scary. It's so scary. But and again, like I know I saw someone with the office monkey, but different strokes for different folks, and of course I'm not shitting on anybody who works at office jobs or works at factories. It's just me personally. I feel like I go nuts. I lose my fucking mind. Like I'm miserable. I'm unhappy, and like you get depressed because you're like, what am I even doing? I'm
I had
spending
a breakdown in one job. I ran out. I think I had like I just the work was piling up and it was stuff that I cared less and less about. And then like I just the team around me were awful people, and I just broke down. I was screaming in this like building, like I don't want to be here. I just like broke down. And I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done." I just like took my badge off and ran, and that
wow.
was like the worst example. But the others have been way more like subtle leaving.
Right. Yeah.
But that
I've had one of those. I've had one of those. Like I kicked a box and I said, I don't
oh no,
fucking want to do this anymore. Yeah, yeah, I've done that. Like, what was embarrassing about my outburst is that when I kicked the box, I went, I don't want to be here anymore. My voice broke. My voice broke like a
why now?
prepubescent little turd. It broke, and I felt like such a child. I felt like such a small child as I'm like brooding out the front door of this stupid
Oh,
job. But but then I
yeah.
also said horrible things to my boss, which I really regretted. I told her she was gonna die alone eating. You're gonna die alone eating microwavable meals. So go fuck yourself. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, it was awful. She didn't deserve that. She was just doing her job.
yeah.
But that's the worst case. Yeah, and most of the other one.
One more. I left a
Please.
waitressing job and I forgot to take the apron off and I ran out like, fuck this. And I was like, oh shit, I have to go and give my apron back. So, and I was like trying to undo the knot and it wouldn't undo. And I was like, I can't remember what happened. I think I blanked out after that.
Oh wow, that sucks. Uh, that sucks. Yeah, that I can imagine how you would feel. Just like, oh, now I gotta go back there and give them back the thing. I wouldn't have. I would have just been like, trash. Charge me for it. Don't charge me. I'm not
Give
going
it
back
back. It's really nice.
in. You're too nice. Or
An
at least
apron.
mail it back or send it with a coworker. I just after making that kind of scene, I just want to go like bury my head in like in at the bottom of the ocean because I'm just like that's. I mean, like, when you have
It's
those,
funny.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
It's funny in hindsight. We can laugh. We can
Right,
look back and laugh at these
but in the moment,
situations.
it's horrible. After when you, because I get those outbursts too, just in regular life and stuff. After those, how do you feel after you do those outbursts? Do you recall, or are you usually in a state? I don't know. Where are you at?
Depends. Depends where they come from, really. Like
Mm,
I've written a song recently. It's called My Demon and I, and it's kind of about literally about this similar thing when like something in you like erupts and reacts to a certain thing when it's most of the time it's coming from like a place of pain rather than um like actually meaning what you say. So in those situations I feel really guilty when I've acted like that.
yeah.
But when I know I'm in the right, I feel really good about it.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It's about context. Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you're sitting there and you're really making a good point and you're just like you're on it, yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like even if I raise my voice now, like I'll get like and depending on the situation, but even if I just raise my voice, just in a conversation with somebody that and it gets a little heated, I feel like
Mm.
it just like almost immediately, like after all the adrenaline's gone, after after everything is settled, it's just sad depression. Like, oh, you fool! Like, look what you've done. You've just ruined everything. It's a horrible thing. But knowing that feeling really helps me in controlling myself, and that kind of goes back into being mindful because like I
Mm.
know that if I react in a stupid way, the outcome is like I've made everyone else mad, I've made myself mad, but then I've also set myself up for being sad and anxiety and all the other thing.
Yeah.
We have another question. Favorite band, major influences, and that's from
Triggering.
Lewin.
Trigger.
Triggered. I'm triggered. I'm triggered. Sorry, Rain. I didn't mean to trigger you. She's she's recalling events.
Oh no. Sending you Reina.
Yeah, it's all my fault. It's always my fault. I've learned that most of the time it's my fault. It's
I'm
pretty,
not I'm not gonna get involved.
oh no, it's okay. You can get involved. Hey, let's involve the whole chat, Rita. Let's bring everybody in on our personal life. Uh, what's up, lovely ladies? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Right. What's your favorite bands or and major influences? That was from
Hey,
Lewin.
Lewin. Peace up, Lewin. Peace
Peace up.
up? Is that a thing? I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure. Now it is. Peace up. But,
I have enjoyed a lot of different kind of music. At the moment, and probably for the rest of time, I'll always kind of idolize Grimes because she kind of inspired me to get into production, and I think all of her music's awesome. Um, Other artists, though, things like things like bands like Deftones. I think growing up, I was quite inspired by Bon Iver, City in Color, Dallas Green,
hmm.
um, and then a lot of electronic music, like kind of. some kind of techno-y stuff, like drum, which is DJRUM, which looks like DJ rum, but it's drum. Fortet, like the XX, stuff like that.
Oh, okay,
But
XX. I feel myself getting older and quickly losing, having this generational gap closing in on me. Girl 2.0, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hugs. I definitely feel like I'm losing touch, but talking to the youth really helps. It really does. But like I think the only person I know from that genre would be like Flume. Maybe is that even part of that? Would Flume?
definitely
Did I
some
do it
of that
right? Did I do it right, everybody? Flume?
age way. I'm not part of the youth anymore. But I
Oh,
guess
sure you are. Sure you are. You can't be you can't be a day over 22.
it's for real.
Yeah, you look pretty young. I thought you were like in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, like you look young. I mean, I don't know how old you are, and you don't have to say if you don't want to, but you look like you're in your early 20s.
Thanks. Okay. Well,
You're
I'll take
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. People think I'm like, look, I'm almost 40, and people think I'm like 30 or something. I'm like, well, thank you. It's flattering. Oh,
That's true. You look
thank you.
age shots. Anyway, age schmage.
Age schmage. It's just a number, baby. It's just a number.
What was the question? Is there a question?
No, I was just presenting my knowledge of electronic type music by saying flume.
Yes.
Flume. I did flume. Actually, we have somebody in the well, I don't know if they're still in the chat. No, I think he's lurking, but Wild But Sober is actually crazy talented producer on Twitch, but in life in general is just an amazing producer. I was just telling my wife, I was like, the way that these kids are producing and the way that they're doing it now, I fully believe that this is the future of where music is going. I mean, when you think back, like Skrillex, I remember watching or thinking. I mean, even Skrillex is on Twitch, but Skrillex, like he was one of those dudes that first sort of was using the piano roll to sort of write things. Have you ever seen anybody do that in the piano roll? And they're just like click, 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 and then they made this like really complex beat and melody. Have you ever seen anybody do that?
No, it's a thing, but I've never seen it happen.
It's insane because I'm over here plucking away at keys at a MIDI controller, like, okay, boom, boom, boom. These kids are straight up just click, 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 copy, paste,
Oh, like
move this here, do this right here. And then there's this like insanely complex fucking, just the future of music. It's the future of fucking music. And Wild But Sober is definitely on the forefront of it. And I respect it. I respect his skill so much.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. He just started streaming, like a couple months ago or something. So yeah, he's great. He's great. Sometimes we use his music on the background here as well. Yeah. So your major influences you think are like Deftones and the
War Paint's another cool band that I like quite a lot. Like I would say influenced by Bjork, but I know some of her music's quite out there. But I do feel like she has influenced me somewhat in her like just.
Well, I mean, I hope you don't take this wrong, but some of your music is out there. In a good way. In a good way, yeah, yeah. I'm not trying to be. That was not a. I was not trying to dig at all, and I was like, just because it's very spacey and ethereal, and I don't know.
I like that. Thank you.
I hope you didn't take that wrong. I really do. I mean, I have nothing but respect for what you do. How are you doing today, English? Well, my English is terrible, but I am doing okay. I'm a bit nervous, lovely lace. That's all. Butter on peanut butter. Wait, hold on. Butter on peanut spread. DK Sakar.
DK, what's butter? What's
Butter on peanut spread. I don't know what that. That sounds like some British stuff. I don't know what you guys are doing over there.
Spread. I'm trying to find the question in chat and I can't find it.
Butter on peanut spread. Butter on peanut spread.
Butter on peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. Butter on peanut butter. Okay. That.
Is that a question? What are you saying?
Yeah, like, that's a question for the guest. Yes, that's for you from DK Sakar.
I do that. Yes.
Oh, you do that. Oh, so
I
that's like
do.
a thing that you do that they know that you
I don't know.
do. Okay. Fair.
Sorry.
So wait, you guys, so you take butter and you make a butter and then a peanut butter and butter sandwich. Is that what you're saying?
I, I just make toast. So I have like
Uh-huh.
toast with butter and then peanut butter, and
Oh,
then have a little.
oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds amazing. This sounds amazing. My dad used to like straight up put like margarine spread, like not even real butter. Like I don't even know if you guys are allowed to sell margarine in fucking in Europe. America has horrible food over here, but it's just like country crock or something, but like the off brand. You just take this huge thick thing and just spread it, and then you put like a bunch of peanut butter and eat that. He also like are you familiar with Velveeta cheese? Is Velveeta cheese a thing?
Is it
It's
like baby bell? They like.
it's like it's like a fake it's cheese, but it's like comes in a block and it doesn't need to be refrigerated. You can just put it on the shelf and it's
Good design.
no, they don't sell unrefrigerated cheese here in the UK. Well, here in America they do. I even got it tattooed if you guys want to see that.
Oh,
That's
you
my
do.
Velveeta. Anyways, it's a terrible processed cheese that my dad also liked to put on a butter sandwich. So I'm just being gross.
Butter is my condiment of choice, and I know
Mm.
butter isn't a condiment, but like, and butter margarine, I always get confused with what it is, and like some of my community know that we had a lengthy discussion about butter once, and yeah, just slab it on, just love it.
Yeah, I love butter too. And in fact, I think you guys have like the good butter that's actually yellow. Oh, that message is wrong. I forgot to change that. Cypher Deluxe is not today, everybody. So don't jump in the Discord right now. Or you can if you want. But Cypher Deluxe is Friday, and if you guys got like a hot 16 that you got to spit or a song or a poem you want to spit, please do come through. That's this Friday. Uh, no, it's butter is amazing, and I think that you guys have like a very like we did like a cooking stream here
Ah,
with my wife on my wife's channel, and we had the butter out, and the people in Australia were like, "Why is your butter so like white? Why is that white butter?"
I'm gonna white butter,
It's white butter. It's because it's
and it
awful and it's made in it's just terribly pasteurized gross cream that they just throw into a block form. But yeah,
yeah.
but it's supposed to be yellow, right? It's supposed to be like a nice shade of yellow.
Sunshine yellow spread.
Yeah, exactly. So we over here we got some things we got to handle over here. There's some shit going on right now, which I hear that things are going on over there too with the whole Brexit thing. Which I didn't realize that means that you guys can't go to other countries within the European Union without a passport. I didn't realize that was like a big part of it. I just thought that you guys were just like we don't want the euro. We're like we're done with the euro. We're doing us. I'm American.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm
more
doing.
than and it's annoying recently, actually. There's been a bit of kickback with the government have they basically denied musicians like this certain the need to get this certain work visa to go and like touring musicians to go and play in different European countries.
Whoa.
And yeah, like the music industry are just like raged now by the whole like
I can't
reaction
imagine.
support. And it's like this, the coronavirus has hit musicians really hard and all the arts industries, and like to do something like that to make it even harder for people, it's just like just
Makes you want to go storm the Queen's place, doesn't it? What?
very
What?
far.
What is that called? What is the Queen's castle? What is that? What is it called?
Buck,
Buckingham
Bucking.
Palace. There you go. God, I'm such an idiot. Yeah, no, I was making a really terrible joke because our capital had been invaded by Duck Dynasty. So we, anyways, it was a bad joke. Just terrible.
Page. I'm on the page.
Well, that's terrible. That's fucking awful. So now musicians can't get work visas. The tour Europe now. It's like how is that gonna work? I mean, are they even gonna consider anything, or is there people Is there something on the docket, like any kind of bills to change that? I don't know.
They're doing the whole. They do this a lot when they say like they rejected a certain proposal for something because they originally tried to get something even better, but because that was rejected by people, that they then denied the next best thing. If that makes sense. I'm not very eloquent when I talk about politics because
Yeah,
like I'm still learning like a lot about it. So,
yeah.
but I don't know. I'm keeping a close eye on that though because
Well, that
it's something
affects
I
you.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Do you want to go back to gigging IRL now that you've sort of spent this last year in Twitch? Yeah, you do.
yeah. I really really do.
Yeah.
There's something, obviously Twitch is amazing and I love it and I will continue doing it until I die. But there's something that I really do miss, even though it makes me feel super anxious, but about getting on stage and just like completely zoning out and knowing that there's a crowd in front of me. It's just really cool. I miss that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a point in the over, as we're doing this and as Twitch, we got into Twitch and as we're like getting more and more and down the Twitch rabbit hole, there was a point last year where I was like, I'm never gigging again. Like this is the best, and then I would do the like, because there is something terrible when at like the end of the night, it's like whatever 2 in the morning or whatever, and you have to take home all this heavy equipment, and if it's winter, you have to carry it in and you gotta like it's just there's so much involved in gigging IRL that
That's so true.
Twitch made it so nice for us. But now after sort of being locked down for longer, I'm starting to sort of change my mind and I'm starting getting itchy. I kind of want to get back out there and breathe in
Because I
some.
thought at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, this is great! I'm at home. I don't have to move." But yeah, the longer time's gone on, it's like I miss first of all just seeing people in general,
Yeah.
having conversations with like a real face, not just a screen. And you get a lot of that at gigs. It's just great to meet people in the real flesh.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but the one thing I think it has replaced for me, I used to do a bit of busking
Mm,
before on Twitch, and I feel like it's been a replacement for that because it
yeah.
feels like a similar sort of thing, like
Right.
in that way.
Yeah, that's what Reina was saying too. Reina, my wife, was saying that she was like, "It's like this is like fucking awesome busking. It's like without being like outside and have like without all the other stuff. It's like cool busking." Uh,
What's it? This?
yeah, I agree with you a lot. Like it's really interesting, and comparatively to busking, it's yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. Dang it. Oh well, who cares? We'll ask this other question here. What's the question no one asked? Pixel Bob, DK Cigar. What's the question no one asked? There you go. That's the question.
How am I supposed to answer that? DK.
The question no one asked.
What's the answer no one gives?
There you go. I think that's the answer. The forbidden question.
I don't know what you're asking. The forbidden question. Oh, no. Forbidden. Forbidden.
It's forbidden, folks. It's forbidden, guys. What were you thinking? It's forbidden. We don't do that. That sounds gross. Now I remember why I muted myself when I would take drinks of water because
Oh,
it
it's fine.
sounds disgusting. Um, so do you have any plans on once things are opened up and getting back to it? Are you considering doing like more touring, like going like getting out there more, or just kind of staying in Manchester and going back to what you were doing?
I think it would be good to start off easing myself back into the
Hmm.
Manchester. I kind of just before lockdown, actually, I did decide to stop gigging to take a break to write some new stuff. So the idea was to go away and like write some new material and then go back to gigging once I had loads of new stuff because I was getting like a bit bored of the stuff I was playing. So I'm currently trying to write an album. So it'd be really cool once I finish that album this year to then hopefully like be able to then take that and gig with it. Um, and yeah, I'd like to. It would be really cool to play in places further afield, but if it's doable with the whole Brexit thing. Um, I don't know how easy it will be, but I would love to like travel and gig. That would be like the dream. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that I'm looking forward to it too. My reggae band, we had some West Coast tours lined up last summer, and they're trying to do something now, but it's like I don't know even know why they're trying to book things. Like right now, they're like, we're gonna do Hawaii again, everybody, and I was like, who's
It
booking? Who's flying a bunch of fat guys over to Hawaii right now to gig? Like no one's flying anybody anywhere to gig. So
it is strange
I
time.
don't know
Yeah,
what they're
nothing's
doing. Well, it's hard to plan, right? It's kind of hard to plan to do all that. I'm curious, were you doing what kind of gigs were you doing? Were you doing like were you doing cover gigs or were you doing more like original gigs? Like where did you fall when you were playing?
It was all original stuff. There was occasionally one cover song that I'd put in just to break things up a little bit. That would just be me and my guitar, but it usually ended up being like solo sets. So it was just me and my laptop and my keyboard and my guitar, and I do stuff all like on my own. But then I had a few musician friends who were really talented, and I decided to get them on board. So I taught them all my songs and gave them like the parts to play. So someone took the keys, someone else took the guitar, so I could focus on like doing more vocal stuff live. And then so we did a couple gigs. Just it was the three of us, and it was like a bigger kind of band sound rather than like my electronic-y stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Do you like what do you like better? Do you like the fuller band sound or do you like the control of being the one man band or the one person band? I'm sorry. My bad.
um, I think I like I did like feel like being a soloist because the one of the things that made me want to do music on my own was because I was like I've got this, like I don't need anyone to tell me anything. And, like I don't know, I had this phase and I was just like, nah, I'm good, I don't need you.
Yeah.
um
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I enjoyed that for a while, but then like getting musicians in that were really up for learning my songs, like I liked being the leader in that situation. And like and we were all really good friends, so it wasn't like it was a lovely environment because they loved my music and I loved having them around playing the music. So I like being in a band if like I'm running it.
Yeah.
I've been in bands before where like I don't think I've been taken seriously and like I've been kind of like pushed back and it's just rubbish. Like
Why do you
um
think you were pushed back?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, one band I used to be in, the guitarist was like, "Oh, you should bring your guitar along, and like, maybe we could both do like guitar parts." And then I brought my guitar along, and it was just like completely shut down. Every single thing I try, it was just shut down, and I don't know
Hmm.
why, but I wasn't the most confident of people either, so I wouldn't be someone who would bite back and like shout my ideas in the group like the old me. But I
Hmm.
think the new it doesn't really stand for that anymore. And I'm not like bossy at all, but when I have an idea of a project that I want to kind of take as my baby, I'm like quite into just leading it. Am I making sense? I don't know if I'm
That
rambling
makes
or.
perfect sense because I'm married to my wife. And she's the same exact way. She's just like, I don't want to hear what you have to say at this point. And not that she's not up for like collaboration or listening to her members, but she's definitely
Yeah,
very much that like I'm not playing second fiddle, especially in my own band, you know. So
yeah.
and whereas I'm a bit player, like I get mostly hired to play like keys or guitar or whatever. And so that's all I do is listen to what people say. It's like, hey, can you just turn down or can you play this for that part? Yeah, no problem. Whatever. You're paying me. I don't give a shit. You know, it's like you're
I'd
paying
only
them.
be comfortable being that person if there was like an already agreed thing that that
Mhm.
was the case. Like
Right.
I like bossing people around, or I like things to be fair and equal, like in every area of my life. But if it's been like established that are you happy for me to lead you, then I would like jump into that role kind of thing.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And it's the same for Reina as well. She's not like this dictator. It's like you motherfucker.
Like that.
No, but she is very much just like, oh, okay, well, do it the way I told you to do it. It's like, oh, I like that you said that. Oh, okay, that's cool, but let's do it this way. Moves on. It's just like, it's very nice, but very direct, you know, and that's
Yeah,
nice.
I like that. It's
That's-
clear. It's good communication. Like, yeah,
Exactly, exactly. Communication is everything. I mean, like, 'cause when you're in a band, it's like you're in a band with basically you're in a relationship with other people. Like it's pretty intimate as well. So it's like, you know, you just like you get tired of people's shit in relationships, you get tired of people's shit in that relationship, and or
But yeah,
ego comes into play, and there's just a lot to manage. It's a lot.
yeah. I
Um,
was invited to, and sorry, just the
please,
last
no,
thing
no,
on
no.
that.
I want to hear what you have to say.
I was in a band and then I had to leave because I was moving city. And I thought I'd build up quite a nice relationship with all of the members. And then I got uninvited to one of their weddings because I left the band. It was probably, it was so weird. They were just like, man, you don't know what you're leaving behind.
Where are they now?
They deleted me off Facebook. I have no idea.
Oh, man, they losers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure they're nice people. No, it's weird though. It's weird those kind of things because I have a friend from when I was a teenager who still holds a grudge that me and the other guitarist left. I was like, dude, we were like 16. It's like you're almost 40, bro. Like, who cares? It's
But
really
yeah,
weird. It's really weird though, right? Like, cause like what I was saying is like you're in a relationship and people take that shit seriously and they take the music seriously, and I remember there was a couple band breakups that felt like breakups. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was still like, oh man, like a piece of you is dying, you know, and it's sad. You get really into it, and I guess you hold grudges sometimes. I kind of hold a grudge against a band, but not too much. I don't really care, but it's still like it's in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime I talk to them, anytime they comment on my Facebook, it's like, yeah, motherfucker, I know who you are. Well, you can play all you want. Uh, okay, we got a couple more questions here. What artist would you love to tour with? That's a good one. That's a good one. And that's from Mr. Chick.
Mr. Chick. Um, Definitely up there. If I could play a tour with Grimes, I would like. I used to run a Grimes fan account. This is like a very embarrassing secret of mine. um, I was obsessed. I still am a little bit. Yeah, if I could tour with Grimes, that would be like a dream come true. Um, I guess like all the artists I mentioned before would be amazing. Like touring with Bjork would be sick. I can imagine the like crazy stage aesthetic we'd have together. Not that we'd be playing the same songs, but I imagine that would be pretty cool.
Is
I
is
like
is Grimes a woman?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, would
She's
they
married. She's got a baby with Elon
Elon?
Musk.
Okay, I was just like, why is that so familiar? And then I googled it real quick. I was like, wait a second. That's that's the musician who was married to Elon. Okay, cool. I only know Grimes from Elon Musk. Okay. Anyways.
A lot of people. There's like two types of people: people that knew her before Elon Musk, like me. People that knew her after.
Is,
Uh,
is she from the UK?
no, she's Canadian.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Um,
says it right there. Canadian musician. Anyway, whatever.
there you go.
So
Uh,
Grimes.
yeah, Aurora would be cool. I like her performance. Her the way she performs is really really cool. She gets really lost in the music. I like artists that kind of project this kind of magic on stage, and I think Grimes, Bjork, and Aurora do that well. So
You know what I really love. I was just sort of give you more props, but I when I was putting together the flyer for this, like I really loved your imagery, and I had such a hard time like picking the images, and I feel
oh
like
really?
you fall in that. Like you just look like you're like this like fairy EDM music person who's like especially the one with I think there's like a triangle in the background. And it's kind of, you know, like I just like you have so cool imagery. I feel like your live shows, like once you get to that point, your live shows are gonna be like really off the chain.
Oh, so cool. We did like little bits of that with my last show before lockdown with the three of us in the band when it was like a bigger group. We had like projections that were going onto us and
Mm.
all the way through the show it was really like crazy lighting and that was cool. But if you had like I can just imagine with funding you could do some really crazy stuff and I'd love to play a gig and have really like really well planned and thought out imagery along with the music like
Yeah.
proper experience like you go into the room and it's like whoa
Yes.
that'd be
That's like my dream. It's like getting to
cool.
that point. And that's what's so weird about this job is like you have to like there's levels to it that you sort of have to you just keep leveling up until you're able to pay enough people to do that, right? Like, because it's like how. I mean, you could do it on your own DIY type stuff, but it's like it's crazy, man. Like, oh my god, I love what people do with projection screens now. It's nuts, and I do think you
God,
should tour with Sabi. I think you and Sabi like.
I love. I'd yeah. Rather than interrupt you, I thought I'd just type a little +1. I love Seb.
Feel free to interrupt me, please. Like, I find myself talking too much. Like, that's what happens on here. I'll just start talking because I feel like I gotta fill space or something, or because I'm anxious. Please
No, it's okay.
interrupt me.
You're the host. You need to be talkative, otherwise it would be awkward.
You just be sitting there staring, like, okay. Okay, we have another question. It's what's your most meaningful tattoo, if not too personal?
Most meaningful. I'm gonna have to do a quick scan to remind myself. Not that one. I mean, I won't be able to show you it because it's on my foot and it's kind of awkward. I think I've tried to show this before, but it's on my foot and it's like a spider that is a combination of a spider and a butterfly, and it's like on my foot, and it basically, I don't know how that's basically the explanation, but it's kind of about turning your fears into something beautiful by like kind of embracing them, and it's mostly to do with music stuff, like with the whole stage fright thing and feeling anxious about pursuing things that I cared about. I was really, really scared, but then there's like a flip side to it. If you go towards things that you're fearful of, you can like have this really beautiful end result when you feel really proud and that sense of accomplishment. So that's on my foot.
Wow, and that's perfect because it goes right in line with what we were talking about already. It's like that feeling you get, like you're throwing up and you're hoping nobody's there, and then afterwards, after all the dust settles, you're like, I did that. It feels pretty good, and I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a really nice tattoo. All right. Do you hear that? Do you hear that, Allie?
The doorbell?
No, it means it's time for how much does it cost on Craigslist. All right, guys, we're gonna play a really quick game here with our guest Ellie or KIntsuku, and we'll be right back. You got time for a game? Like 10 minutes?
Sorry.
Oh no, I'm out. It's fine. No, some people don't. Some people don't have time.
For a game, yes, I like games.
Awesome. Okay, we'll be right back, guys. We're gonna play how much does it cost on Craigslist, where you have a chance to. Oh yeah, I should probably show the prizes real quick. Oh no, I can show them now. I can show. Okay, I forget I'm working with new stuff and everybody can see everything now. So, give us 1 second. We'll be right back. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. I forgot we're not using Zoom, so I had to redo some stuff today, folks. So please do bear with us as we come back into how much does it cost on Craigslist. Okay. All right, everybody. We're gonna play How Much Does It Cost on Craigslist? That's right. It's the world's favorite game where we get to bid on other people's garbage that they put online, and then you gotta show up at their house, and hopefully they're not like an axe murderer, or they're not trying to like throw that whole like, oh well, I was asking for 100, but now I need 150, bro. 150 is the only way I can part with it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bid on how much people want for their crap. So that was terrible. All right, so we're gonna be playing for a couple things. We have, which with Zoom we could still see Ellie, and without Zoom we can't see Ellie. So sorry guys, Ellie's out.
Audible?
You are audible. We can hear Ellie, but we can't see her. So I do apologize, everybody. It's all Zoom's fault. Honestly, it's Zoom's fault. Okay, so we're gonna be playing for the WSEG mask. We got a We Speak English Good patch, which if I can get it, it's yellow, but it just wants to color code. And we got a wallaby shoe. Wait, what happened to my other one?
Wallaby shoe.
Yeah, it's a wallaby shoe. Okay, so our sponsor is modedstudios.com. They have all kinds of crazy patches and apparel. You can get like Wu-Tang patches with like your country's flag in it. You can get a Wu-Tang patch with your favorite design. There's all kinds of crazy patches going on. So go to modedstudios.com, everybody. Go check them out. They're amazing. And they provided these patches for us. But I had a new one that I found that now I can't find. It's pretty dope, but I guess it's not happening. Okay, so that's all we got. We're running low. Our sponsor is going to be sending us a new batch of stuff, so we're going to have new stuff. So, all right, so we got the mask, the patch, and the shoe. Everybody's favorite. All right, guys, let's do this. So basically, you bid on how much you think the item costs on Craigslist. You can go over in price. It's just whoever is closest at the end, and we'll be bidding. Also, if you bid once, that's it. You don't get to bid again. It's once you write it in the chat, it's done. You don't get to change your bid. So I keep forgetting to tell people that. All right.
No, Mr. You can't cheat.
Yeah. No take backsies, okay, folks? No take backsies. All right, here we go. First item up for bid, which did you see everything already? Did you see the actual price of the item when I was messing around? Or do you remember? Yeah, you, Ellie, sorry.
I saw nothing.
Okay, good. Okay, because I was messing around. Okay, anyways. Hey, what's up? Ardra Fantasy? Fantasy? What is it? Adra Fantasy?
ADR?
ADR Fantasy? Is that what it is?
I say.
Oh, wonderful. ADR Fantasy, welcome. Thank you for being here. Can we check on Craigslist? Well, that would be cheating, Mr. Chick, but if you feel so inclined to Google it, be my guest. I don't care. The fact that you're going out of your way to cheat on a game on my show means a lot to me, actually. So that's actually, if you want to, please do. Here we go. First item up for bid. If I can get it to work. Here we go. All right. We got late 19th century carved chines. I think it's supposed to say Chinese screen, but maybe it's supposed to be chines. I don't know. Late 19th century hand carved chine screen, 4 pieces. So I'll read the description here if my old eyes can read it. This is one of a kind late 19th century chines, so I guess it is chines, hand carved 4-piece screen. There is nothing like it on the market, and it's in amazing condition with the age and size it is. It is double-sided art on the front, all hand carved wood, and the back all hand painted with minor wood carvings on top and bottom. I've had it appraised and is the reason I am asking the price I am, but am willing to negotiate. Check it out on the internet. When I say there is nothing like it, I mean it. If you are a chines antique collector or just love chines antiques, this is a great piece to own and have in your collection. Wow, that felt like forever. Okay, guys. Well, first, Ellie, how much do you think this item costs on Craigslist?
I mean, I don't know much about chines.
I don't even know what they are.
it away. I'd say oh, £380.
380. It's US dollars, everybody. So whatever we're just calling it 380 US dollars, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. I forgot.
No, it's okay. It's just my American brain doesn't process pounds, and I'm sure that's like 1 million US dollars. 380 pounds is probably 1 million US dollars. Because
Let's go for $500 then.
okay, we'll go for $500. Okay, thank you. All right, so 500 for the wonderful and talented KIntsuku. Okay, let's read down the list here. What you guys are saying. Reina Mystique says 600 or 62,500. Saucy Chicken Nugget says 49,000. Complicated Human $8,500. Sabi Spark $69,000. $500,000 for Mr. Chick. Otherwise, Lemon says $2,200. Oh, I see. Thank you. 380 would be 500. Thank you very much for that conversion there. Mighty says 20,000. Reina Mystique, $513 for.
I regret. These are going high.
You know what? We're gonna say 500 for just because she said 500 pounds. So I'm going with 728 for Veld. And your favorite today says $35. Awesome. Okay, you guys. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. If you guys wanna, you guys can add to the thing. I'll give you a little bit more time to do it. So you got to the end of this to get your. So if you have any last minute bidders want to jump in, do it now, baby. This is your chance. Drop it, baby. I did the conversion. Okay, now that Sonic is dead, you know what that means. Let's find out how much this item costs. And of course, I got to do my silly little drum roll because, well, I went through all the trouble to put it in Streamlabs. I'm going to use it. Oh my god, that's so loud. Sorry, Ellie. I'm sorry. Actual retail price on Craigslist. $22,000. That's right, folks. Everyone, mostly 22. Wait, who Googled it? Someone got 22,000. Mr. Chick Google. Oh, otherwise Lemon Google it. Hey, otherwise Lemon, you win. You won. So please do DM me. You can either jump in the Discord or you can whisper me your address and I'll send it anywhere in the world. Let me know which patch you want, and that could be the shoe or the We Speak English Good patch. I have this colorful one that's a Hillcrest, which is a community in San Diego, California. I don't know if you'd want that, or of course we got the WSEG mask. We're getting better prizes, everybody. We're at the bottom here. Mighty for the win. Wait, well no, someone got right on. Otherwise, Lemon probably cheated, which is fine. Again, I don't care. Wait, it was $10. It was 10 times less. What? Am I wrong?
Wait, what's the 22?
What is that?
Oh, 1,200. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
No, I'm sorry. They said, otherwise Lemon said, oh, no. Well, it says, 2,200. See, wow. I'm sorry. And look at me. I just accused them of cheating. God.
You're a terrible human.
Thank you. You're so nice. You could barely get that out. You're a terrible human.
Yeah, say that.
Yeah, that was really nice. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, mighty blue meanie. Hey, you know what? Sorry. That's all I can do. All I can do is apologize. My apologies, everybody. Okay, so then mighty one. Okay, mighty, you know what to do. You win like every time, so you know what to do. Let me know what you want to do with your prize or where you want me to send it. It was a total guess too. Look, I'm sorry. Otherwise, Lemon, I'm so sorry. I feel like the biggest jerk now. Okay. Look, we're moving on.
How much was it really?
It was 22,000. Yes. So it was 22.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was $22,000, and
I realize I've been able to see that this whole time, and I guessed $500.
Oh no! You haven't been able to see that. It was covered up. It was covered up.
Okay.
So, okay, let's do the next one, everybody. So, Mighty Mighty, let me know what you want to do. I think Lemon should get the prize for your debacle. Okay. Otherwise, Lemon, that's fine. If it's okay, that's a lot of doll hairs. I agree. If it's okay with you, Mighty Mighty, let me know because it's up to Mighty Mighty. If Mighty Mighty won, then let me know. If you're down, give it to the other person. Okay. So otherwise, Lemon, please do because I'm such a jerk. Please let me know what you would prefer in the whispers, or of course, the you can DM me in the Discord thing place. Either one is totally cool. Let's move on since I'm just wow. Okay, here we go, everybody. Okay, this one is a little weird. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. So this is a life referee, and I just thought this was great. Let's just read through it, and then we'll bid on it, and we'll go from there. It's kind of a read, but it's freaking hilarious. So here we go. Life referee, the solution. How many life coaches have you gone through in your life? How many just this year? Even if you had just one, that's too many. The sheer idea of letting someone advise you about the direction to go in life seems great at first until you see the person you are listening to is seriously flawed and is basically using you as a guinea pig for his own success, all the while spending your hard-earned money and using it to supply their extravagant lifestyle and drug addiction. Todd, life is measured by gains, be it in terms of how much money you make, how many sexual partners you go through, and other metrics like those. A life coach is just a glorified cheerleader masquerading around as a person who has all the answers but doesn't, and will basically tell you what you want to hear. Good job, try this. Your wife sounds like she's really trying, and other BS. Geez, thanks for the life coach. You really help. You're a real help. Sarcasm. Okay. I offer a complete alternative to the failing concept, one that actually will change you as a person. I am the first self-licensed life referee. I call it like I see it. You fail, I tell you. You will listen, then figure out how to fix it. You fail again, I'll tell you again. Again, I call it like I see it. You succeed, and my silence is your reward. In the first 12 short weeks while I live with you, I will be omnipresent and studying you and your actions. For the first 3 weeks, I will be silent except for a whistle. I blow when I see you make a misstep. The following 3 weeks will comprise of whistle, voice, and hand gestures. The last 3 weeks will accompany. I will accompany you in complete silence. Okay, I'll read that again. The last 3 weeks, I will accompany you in complete silence. Upon completion, you will receive a certificate and the whistle I used during your training. This is an in-house course, your house. In addition to lodging, I will need 3 lacto-avo pesca vegetarian meals a day and a car that I can drive around that is newer than 2009. Are you ready for the challenge that will change your life? Don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime experience. Don't just sit back knuckle popping. Take charge. Okay.
Oh my god.
That was long. This is what Kintsuku wanted all her life. Is this something that you would want a life referee? I practiced this, Ellie.
No, the silence, man, that's creepy. Is this real?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing this isn't real, but I do want to just pretend like it's real because the number is the number is kind of funny. So, Kintsuku, how much does this item cost on Craigslist?
Is this a one-off payment?
Yes, it seems like it's a one-off. Well, that's all they have listed.
I'm gonna go for $10,000 because last time it went way too low.
All right, guys, drop your bids in the chat and let me know how much do you think this guy is charging for life referee. And of course, you got until Sonic is dead. So here we go. Drop those bids. Drop those bids. Drop those bids. Drop those bids. Drop those. 99 cents. You guys can keep dropping them, by the way. It's fine. Even though that Sonic is long dead, please feel free to keep dropping them.
999.
Yeah, saucy chicken nugget. You think it's almost $1 million? I like that. I like that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start reading through these, and you can keep dropping them as I read through. Basically, pay me and give me shelter, food for me to be there. Yeah. To walk around in silence and randomly blow a whistle at you. I thought this was absolutely hilarious, and it has to be fake, but it is amazing, and that someone took all the time to write this out. And I just feel like I needed to pay homage to someone's hard time, their hard work that they put into crafting this stupid Craigslist post. I mean, I'm sure they're only hoping that people are emailing them and like asking questions about it and really trying to take this seriously. So I'm paying homage to them with this. So, okay, it looks like you guys are done bidding. So let's go through here. 0 from Mighty Mike. Yeah. Mr. Chick says $690, $10,000 for KIntsuku, otherwise lemon, 99 cents, complicated human, $2,000. Lovely Lace says $25,000, so 12 weeks, but in your house and fed by you, $1,200. Okay, so $1,200 for your favorite today. Saucy Chicken Nugget says $999,999. Car and gas. Yeah, exactly. I want this job too. We all do. Your favorite today. $0. I don't know if I do want that job, actually. That seems weird. 0 for Mighty, and probably around 3K. So there you go, folks. There is the bids for today, and feel free to keep adding them if you want. He get free food, places to sleep, car. He doesn't want to scare people with a high price. Yeah, you don't know. I guess we don't know unless we're there. So let's get our drum roll going. Oh God, why are you doing this?
Please turn it down.
Oh yeah. You know what? Let's not do a drum roll and destroy our. Oh, you know what? I can do a drum roll without destroying ears. Look, watch this. Oh, it's so good that you can't even hear it.
Quiet.
There you go. Actual retail price on Craigslist. Oops. All right, there you go. That was for you, Ellie. I didn't want to hurt your ears because that's right. $12,000. Wow. There you go, everybody. 12,000 ASMR drums. So honestly, I think Ellie, you did. I mean, I think you're the closest one to this. That was pretty good guess. It was pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna say KIntsuku for the win. Yeah, there you go. You won. So you don't have to tell me now, but you can either choose a face mask, the shoe, the patch, or the We Speak English Good. Oh, there it is. I also have this Mike Berg, which is another nickname they gave me, which was basically, and it's the Pornhub emblem as well. So I don't know if you want that. Anyways, you know what? Let me know. You can email me your address and your choice later. So, okay, let's bring our guest back and say goodbye properly, and go somewhere with our friends here. Find a raid or something. So let's say goodbye first, and give me 1 second, and I will stop sharing this. However that works. Oh, you are presenting. Stop presenting. Yeah, I did it. All right, here we are. We're back. Ellie, thank you so much for coming on the show. I sincerely appreciate you coming on and talking open. Oh my God, sorry, I can't control it. Sorry. Thank you, Mighty, for those 500 biddies. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Of course, anybody who won today, otherwise, Spaceman. Oh, dude. I just was in Spaceman Lives the other day. They're so rad. Yes, let's go to Spaceman Live. Yes, they're so... I think maybe you rated them. Would it be possible that you rated them?
I mean, I can't remember them by name, but...
They like wear... No, maybe not. Oh, Sorry, it's loud. Thank you for the claps, Mighty Mighty. He wears like a space helmet, and he's like in an astronaut suit, and he's just like shredding,
Oh,
like just shredding.
that
Okay,
wasn't me.
that wasn't you. Okay, we're doing Spaceman Live. I think that's a good that's a good suggestion because Spaceman Live is amazing. Okay,
Ooh.
Ellie, tell us how can people find you? How what when should we be expecting the new music? What's next? Sock it to us.
So yes, currently writing an album. This is the first time I've said this. This is first time, everybody. I expect the album to be dropping in June. I know that's a long way away, but around we're gonna have the new album, and you can find me on almost every social media platform, Kintsuku or Kintsuku Music, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it.
You name it, we'll get it. All right, well there it is, and I also dropped the links in the chat so you guys can go check it out. Reveal the conspiracy. Oh yeah, that's old. Sorry, Saucy. That's from the music streams. We'll get there. We'll get back to that. We'll get back. Okay. Well, again I do sincerely appreciate you coming on the show and and being open and honest about who you are as a person. It's always appreciated. So
Oh no,
yeah, I mean
thank
it's
you.
yeah, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. I really do. Um,
Yes, I did. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, and thank you for bringing all your friends over. And we're gonna go raid Spaceman Live. Y'all can grab the wait a second. Is it supposed to be like that? Do I need to sub my Streamlabs again, Reina? Is that what I gotta do? Is that why it's stupid? Well, you can either grab one of the things. I'll do that later or whatever. So grab one of the raid calls. There's a sad one if you guys want to grab the raid call, but sad we raid good one. It looks like I gotta renew the sub. But okay, we're gonna go say hi to Spaceman Live. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Again, Friday we have Big Chili Chill. We have Big Chili Chill, Matt Suarez, Orchestereo, Geico Music, all on one stream. All doing this. We're gonna be chatting, and then also don't forget about Cipher Deluxe is this Friday as well, directly after the interview. So if you have a poem or a song or a Hot 16 you want to spit in the Discord, please do sign up in the Cipher Deluxe text channel and link that beat. Try to make it royalty free. Okay, guys, I love you. Kintsuku, thank you so much. Let's go say hi to Spaceman Guy. Oh, oops, I didn't. I guess I gotta push it right. Okay, guys.
Bye, everybody. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you coming on again. Thank you. Let me.
Great. I don't know why I'm saying that to you, but no, but you did. You did a good hosting job.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I don't know why I was so nervous today. It varies. It varies. Sometimes I'm like more nervous.